you so much for this wonderful recognition. These past 24 hours have been amazing for me. Yesterday morning, I was meeting in Washington, D.C. with representatives of the U.S. Department of Education. In the afternoon, I met with the representative of His Holiness Dalai Lama, and I was invited actually to go meet him. And today, I'm here being recognized by the 4th largest school district of the United States of America. So that's pretty amazing. Thank you so much, Ms. Castillo, for having the vision to bring Triumph Steps to Flagler. Thank you so much, Board Member Ms. Rojas, for supporting and understanding that the base for a safe school starts with mental health prevention. Thank you so much, Ms. Lamazares, Ms. Sanchez, for believing that Triumph Steps is really a tool to help all your students. Thoughts become things, keep them beautiful. It's a phrase I've been repeating to my daughter for many, 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 many years. And the reason why I've been saying this to Sophia is because I know everything in life starts with a thought. My thought today is that I want to make emotional literacy something that it becomes a priority in every school. I spoke to the Florida Constitution Revision Commission last year. I go to Washington and to Tallahassee to speak with government officials so they understand that mental health prevention for every single child is the only way to make sure that we have no more tragedies like the one our next door neighbors in Parkland just experienced. Happiness is a skill that can be taught, and it really can be easily taught when we start with children. We just need to teach them the correct way of thinking and teach them the correct thought patterns early on so they don't develop any self-defeating behaviors later in life. Everything in life starts with a thought. I want to share with you a very brief personal experience. I have a daughter who used to be extremely shy and fearful. She would cry when the room mother would try to take a picture of her. She would cry and be terrified when I would be taking her to school for a Christmas show or a spring concert. Her shyness was interfering with her daily happiness. Now let me tell you where this child chose to be born. She chose to be born in the house of a mental health therapist, that's me, and a psychiatrist, that's my husband. My handsome husband, right? Now, with humility, I must say that she chose not just a psychiatrist, but one of the best psychiatrists in the nation. This man is not only licensed in more than 26 or 28 states to practice psychiatry. I personally do not know anyone who knows how to be happier than he is. So you can imagine how much talk therapy my daughter received, and how much coaching and inspirational messages this child received, and how many confidence-building activities this child did. And yes, there was movement and improvement, but just needle-point movement. Tiny little steps that, of course, are better than nothing, but I knew we could do much better than that. That's when I started to give her the tools that Triumph Steps teaches. I was developing Triumph without knowing. And the child that once cried and begged me in the car to turn back home and not take her to that school show is now standing in front of audiences doing musical theater. She was recently invited to sing in Hong Kong, and when I asked her if she would go, without hesitation, she said, absolutely. The powerful mental health messages and mindful exercises that I gave my precious daughter, I want to make sure every child in every school district receives. I want this last massacre to bring us closer to a solution. Let us cooperate with each other and make sure that no child is left behind in the education of the mind and the journey to higher consciousness. And to borrow some of the words that have inspired me so much, Superintendent Carvalho, when it comes to giving mental health prevention services to every single child in Miami-Dade County Public Schools, with Triumph Steps, we could be moving from the impossible to the inevitable. Thank you.